Hi, this is Dr. Page, the best guy to see on the worst day of your life. And I have today with me Dr. Joe Pettigrew. Joe, we're going to talk about relationships and getting along with other people. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe some recent experiences that you've had?
Oh, that's a load right there now. You know, I tell you what, that's the hardest job in the world is figuring out how to get along with folks. Don't you think so?
Oh, man. Well, I'm a surgeon. I'm the most relationally challenged person on the planet. I just can't.
Because by the time that you get them, they've already asleep. You don't even have to argue with them.
Well, that's where I do my best work when they're asleep. I know, but I have the personality of about a wall over there.
I have to talk to people when they're alive and well, and you talk to them after they go to sleep.
But you're a snake oil salesman. That's the whole deal, man. You just say, you sell, oh, it's going to make you better and all this,
Well, isn't that what we honestly believe? That's we live a life, it's supposed to be better at some point in time than it is now.
It is.
Everybody needs the world. We're in the world, but not of it, right?
Yeah, but everybody needs a little snake oil sometimes, But you got to put.
Somebody got on to him one time said all this motivational stuff is kind of silly and crazy. He said, well, taking a bath is not necessary either, but it's a sad day when people don't do it. So he thinks that we all need to be motivated on a regular basis or made to feel good. Because life is full of too many things that bring us down. And in the book, I know in the Bible, Jesus talks a lot about the importance of having joy in our life. Not happiness, but joy.
It's funny there, like that upper room discourse, Jesus said, the joy I give you, no man can take away.
That's amazing. That really is. And I think that's true, but I just think so many times, how many times have we met people, we know how the story's going to end. We ought to be in a good mood all the time. No, right?
Well, yeah,
we don't know how the story's going to end. But yet at the same time, we get caught up in all the keeping up with the Joneses of the life. We get caught up in our own problems so much that instead of spreading joy, I think sometimes we're the very people that people don't even want to be around. Because
I know.
Or they're all sourpuss.
Yeah, I'm kind of like sometimes I'm like a green persimmon. Have you ever had a green persimmon?
Eeyore, that's the no.
If you ever had a green persimmon, it just kind of sucks everything. It sucks your mouth dry. Sometimes
I grew up in Tennessee. You grew up in Texas. I never even heard of a green persimmon. I don't even know what it is.
Well, I have to go talk about some snake oil. I have to get you some green persimmons. Eating some of them will fix all your problems, man. It'll fix your bowels. It'll fix your belly. It'll change. It'll help your emotions, man. This stuff is good.
Well, then that's what we ought to be selling, I guess, is that. But it don't sell.
Hey, listen, there's a link below. If you'll just sign on this link right here, we've got this green persimmon juice that will change your life. Just click right here, my friend, and it's got everything that you need.
Well, speaking of that, did you see the television the other night? They have a new tennis shoe out by Nike, and it's supposed to be holy oil in that soles on the bottom where they fill it with jelly and stuff. It's full of holy oil, and they got a crucifix hanging on the shoestrings, and they're calling them the Jesus shoe. And they're selling for as much as $5,000 a pair.
It's not Air Jordan now. It's Air Jesus, huh?
Air Jesus, yes, I'm telling you. So, anything like that, you'll be selling those next time.
Well, I got to figure out something. I'm trying to quit my day job, and I haven't been able to yet. So,
yeah, but you probably surgery this when you get out of surgery, you walk around talking to people. You got all this blood all over your shoes and all over your clothes, and nobody wants to be around you much.
Well, that kind of helps to reinforce the idea that we're doing something, really important.
Well, yes, it does to me every time we get together. I'm just glad it ain't my blood on you.
But I'll tell you something, man. There are so many things. You're right. There's so many things that can rob us of our joy. And, I think we're probably, inspirational speakers or, we know what we need to do, Joe, don't you think?
Well,
the challenge is moving from what we know we need to do to just doing it.
I think the way you started when we started today, that's to me it in a nutshell. I think people rob us of joy. I think people are who rob us of joy. And I think it's up to us to just say, so there might be some people we don't need to be around on a regular basis. And I think where we get joy is in our prayer life and reading scripture. But I think people take joy away from us. And sometimes it's just better to say, I love them, but I ain't going to hang with these people. I'm just not going to do it.
They say that you're like you're the most like the 5 people that you hang out with. You show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you where you'll be in 5 years, kind of thing. And
that just scares me to death. You saying that because I've been hanging out with you and other people. That scares me to death. I got to change today.
Sometimes. Well, yeah, no, I'm going to be a better snake oil salesman. You'll be one of those sometimes wrong but never in doubt kind of people.
I do think this, though. You get in your car in the morning, and sometimes you turn on the radio and you talk radio and stuff. And that can get you upset. Somebody cuts you off. That'd get you upset. There's so many things before you even get to work that's got you all in a tizzy.
Yeah,
and then things don't go, huh?
It robs you of your job.
And then these things at work, sometimes you have a morning and it doesn't. A lot of time for people is when they get home at night, if they still got children in the house and they see those little kids' faces, they have no idea what mom and daddy did that day, that they saved a life like you do day after day. But it's like, that's pure joy. That's pure joy because they are just glad to see you. They're glad to be with you. And so it's almost like that we go out in a battlefield every day of people trying to take our joy away.
Joe, and I think that pretty much sums it up there. I'm going to end this meeting.